Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms coming to you live from Scottsdale in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap, episode number 1409. Money, money, money. That's what we got to learn about today. So I'm here in Scottsdale. We just finished a 2.5 day class on real estate investing, which is a total new category to me because we're talking single family homes and multifamily homes, not the commercial properties. We're talking residential. But anything to do with real estate investing is all completely new to me. So, with the stuff that I learned while looking for a place for myself, I did learn a lot in that, but now I'm learning it from the investor side. And today was all about the money, where to find the money, private money lenders. We talked about promissory notes. We talked about crowdfunding, syndications. We talked about SEC regulations, which come into play. And I was just like, wow, this is so much more involved. And so my head's still trying to wrap itself around all of these concepts, because if you're based on what you're doing as to whether or not there's certain ways of getting funds and things that you have to follow SEC regulations, as in the Securities and Exchange Commission, the same one that Wall Street has to abide by. And I thought, wow, that didn't know that. So a whole bunch of new information today, and just trying to get my head to wrap around it. So it's going to take a while for it to sink in, but it was interesting because it was one thing that I want to know. If I wanted to do this deal over here and I only had this amount of money and I needed this amount, what do I do to fill the gap? And so I had all of that explained today, and the 3 different types of loans that there are. And it was mind-boggling. It's going to sink in. It is going to sink in. I've got my notes, and once I get a chance to just sort of relax and calm down a little bit, it'll be okay, because once I start understanding it, and they recommended some books for us to read. So I've got those books on order. They'll arrive at the house tomorrow. And so they may even be there by the time I get home tomorrow. But today I woke up at 4 o'clock and I was like, I'm up. 4:07. It was 4:07. And I was wide awake and up. So I got up and did my usual morning routine thing. And then I went down to breakfast around 6:45, 7 o'clock or something. Had a great breakfast. And then I thought, and it was just beautiful outside. It was gorgeous. Actually, I must post the picture of the courtyard because it was really pretty out there. It was nice. It was peaceful. You could hear the birds waking up. Where's the birds waking up? Not the birds waking up, the picture. It was just, they've got this really tranquil, and I don't know how well this is going to show up on here, but this really tranquil courtyard area. And there's a swimming pool behind where you can see the umbrellas in the distance. There's a swimming pool there, but this is their courtyard area. And there weren't many people out there at that time of the morning. It was being a Saturday, of course. It was just so calm and so quiet and so peaceful out there. And I thought, and I had my bag with me because I thought, if I meet somebody down there, we end up having breakfast together and may end up talking, and I won't have time to come up and get my stuff and get back down again. And I'm sitting there and I'm working on the surprise for this coming week, which first notification goes out Wednesday, so that I can tell you about it next Saturday. So I was sitting there working on some stuff on that and doing some research, some last minute research on it. And I started falling asleep while I was sitting at the table, and I was coming up to 8 o'clock. It was almost 8 o'clock at this point, and I thought, I'm just going to go take a quick cat nap. So I came up here, stretched out on the couch because I didn't want to take my shoes off because I got laces on, which meant I had to put them back on again. And so yeah, screw that. So I just stretched out here on the couch and put my timer on, and woke up 3 minutes before the timer was due to go off. Got up, made sure I had everything I needed, and freshened up and went on downstairs and into a fantastic day of learning whole new concepts. People talk about buying notes and that sort of stuff. It's not, and they say, oh yeah, we just bought this note or that note. And I'm like, and it sounded pretty easy until we got into the mechanics of it and everything else, and what you need to have on a note, the information you have to have on a note. We don't actually have to have it there, but that's strongly advised to have on there, because somebody wrote, I owe you 75K and signs it. That is a promissory note, but whoever holds the note is the person that can claim that IOU, because it doesn't have who the lender is. It doesn't, it just has who the borrower is. And so having things like the lender's name on there, the borrower's name on there, the amount, and when it's got to be paid back by, et cetera, and all these details and everything else, I'm like, well, that's way more involved than what I have been under the impression of when people turn around saying, oh, yeah, you just buy this note and that note, da 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 da. There's a whole slew of stuff that you've got to take care of first. And then there's stuff that this is what you need to put in the note. And then this stuff is open for discussion by the lender. This stuff is open for discussion by the borrower. And I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of work, but it's worth it, to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and everything else. So that was really good. I learned about the different types of crowdfunding that's out there, with accredited versus non-accredited. It was just interesting, the comparisons and everything else. And these are terms that I have heard float, accredited, non-accredited, I've heard floating around, because one of the people that I do some work for is, she is a fundraiser for commercial deals, commercial property deals. And so I'd heard some of these terminologies before. And so I was able to utilize that, because it's a completely, today we're only talking real estate, as in domestic real estate, like homes to rent, homes to flip, that sort of thing, the residential side of it. She works on the commercial, the person I work for works on the commercial side of it. So they've got some terms that cross over and that sort of thing. And I'm like thinking, oh, so it actually helped me understand more about this other person that I work for about her business that she does. And I was like, okay, now she's doing it on a much grander scale, because, they're talking she does multi-million-dollar deals that she helps raise funds for. We're just talking a house, a duplex, a triplex, a quadplex. That's all we were talking about today. So it was much smaller scale, but the same concepts. So that made that stick for me a little better about what my one of the person that I just do some work for does. So that was really cool. Then we had lunch. Oh, I got to tell you about this place. We went to this place. It's called the Tavern. It is. Where am I facing? That way. My window points out the cover. It's literally just across the car park. We went there last night for dinner. There was a group of us went there last night for dinner. Great food. The food was amazing. And then I had this Ghirardelli's chocolate tort cake thing that was chocolate on chocolate on chocolate with vanilla bean ice cream. It was yum. And it was a big portion too. Did I take a picture of that? I think I took a picture. I didn't take a picture. I had fish and chips. If anybody knows me, they know how much I love fish and chips. Yeah, this is looking down on top of it. This is looking down on top of it. Sorry, my phone flipped it. It was this huge wedge, and it was about this thick. It went down really well. And then most of the others had carrot cake, and carrot cake's another one of my favorites. And I was like, chocolate or carrot cake? But they had these big slabs of carrot cake. I should take a picture of one of them. They were huge slabs of carrot cake, and it was a square cut. Yeah, those went down very well. And then our lunch today was over at the Tavern as well, and they had these tables set up for us, and just a shortened menu that had a salad and soup and a main course, so you got to choose one of each. And I had this club sandwich, which was amazing. And even their house salad was really good. They didn't have any onions on their house salad, which was awesome. Although they did have onions within their vinaigrette. So the guy came out to me and says, we actually have onions in the vinaigrette. And I said, what other dressings do you have? And I ended up with honey mustard. And I'm just one of those people that just dip my fork in and then fill up the fork with the food, rather than drizzle the dressing all over. But half of my sandwich and half of my fries are sitting in the refrigerator. That'll probably be like breakfast or lunch tomorrow, because I found out a few minutes ago we're going out for dinner again tonight. So, which is why I am on early, because we leave in about an hour to go to dinner, and yeah, so I wouldn't be here at 6 o'clock. So jumped on early so I wouldn't miss you guys. And then tomorrow it's just pack up and leave day. So as soon as I get up in the morning and get dressed and everything else, I may pack tonight. I haven't decided yet, but I may pack tonight. I may even just eat the other half of my sandwich for breakfast tomorrow morning. Although here they have a continental breakfast is complimentary. If you want the hot stuff, it's like $5 or $6 to get the hot stuff. And tomorrow they're doing eggs Benedict, but the eggs Benedict's going to have some spicy chipotle. It's going to have a chipotle hollandaise sauce, and I'm like, really? I love eggs Benedict, but I can't handle spice. So yes, I'll probably end up having the sandwich for breakfast tomorrow. But the idea is to get packed as soon as I can, take everything down to the car, just get in the car and leave, and head to the RV, pack up some stuff from the RV into the car, then stop by and pick up the small stuff, groceries, go to the house, drop everything off, put the groceries away. Oh my gosh, I'm going to put stuff in a laundry basket. Oh, it's actually quite fun doing the laundry. Zeffie comes and she stands there and she watches me putting the clothes in the thing, and then I close the door, and as soon as the water starts going, she's like, and then she just trots away. But she had a good night last night. I got this really cute picture of her. And then, so once I've done that, unpacked the car, put stuff away, put the groceries away, then I'm going to go over to Costco to do the big shop stuff. This is all allowing on timing. I may or may not get to Costco tomorrow and do the big shop stuff, and then take that home, and then go over to the RV, fill up the trunk with more stuff, and then at 3 o'clock, so this is all going to be done before 3 o'clock, because 3 o'clock is when I am because at 3 o'clock is when I'm picking up Zeffie. So stop by the RV, pack up some more stuff from the RV, fill up the trunk, and then Zeffie's got the whole back seat to herself, and then go pick her up and we go home. And then that will be that run done for the day. And then we can both collapse and just spend time doing, actually we will unpack the car, and get stuff away. And then we're just going to kick back and relax for the rest of the day. So that's our Sunday tomorrow all planned out. And depending on the time, everything depends on when I get out of here, how long it takes me to do stuff, as to whether or not I get the groceries and the Costco thing all done tomorrow. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm out of here. I just got told we're going shopping. So I'm out of here. I'm trying to figure out, I burnt myself today and I don't know how I did that. I got this red mark on the back of my hand and I have no idea where it came from, but put some lavender on there and it started stinging like crazy. And I was like, okay, I don't know where it came from. I honestly don't. Just sitting there this afternoon, I started writing, what the heck is that red mark on my hand? I thought it was like lipstick, and I go, not my shade. Maybe red mark. I haven't been using a red pen, and felt it, and it was tender and raw, and no idea. So I got lavender on the back. So get that taken care of. And I'll probably put some frankincense on there too. But anyway, we're out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here online tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific from Surprise. Hei konera.